This episode of Another Happy Pod is going to contain spoilers. If you've not experienced the content yourself, please go ahead and do so before coming back and listening to the boys ramble on about it. Thank you very much.
Are you ready to go or what?
Yeah, who's wanking upstairs in your fucking house?
No one's wanking. There's building work going on next door.
Ah, great. Can't wait for this edit.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, it won't take me long. I'm just going to put it in and get it done.
But you're going to get it done properly, though, yes?
Yeah, it'll be alright.
Excuse me, you're going to get it done properly, yes?
Yeah, it'll be alright.
No, you're going to get it done properly.
I'll get her done.
Oh, stop! I need you to edit this properly.
Do you?
Yes, I do. Outrageous. I mean, you better edit it properly. I swear to God.
Yeah, alright. Calm down, will you?
Say you will. It distresses me that you have not said that you will yet.
I will.
Properly.
Of course, that might be a lie.
Stop! Hello and welcome back to another episode of Another Happy Pod, the show where we talk about pop culture, movies, TV shows, musicals, and sometimes whatever else we want to talk about. We don't always succeed, but we do have a good time doing it. Or we try to, at least. We don't always succeed on that because Lawrence is a dickhead. My name is Nathan, and as always, I'm joined by the aforementioned dickhead, and that would, of course, be Lawrence Thomas, the dickhead. Hi, C. Hello. Good afternoon on this podcast, which is coming out on time.
Hello and good afternoon to this podcast that is coming out on time, Nathan. I was a bit upset that you called me a dickhead, but then I realised that I had it coming. For fuck's sake.
Why?
Why? No, why you? Why you?
What do you mean, why me?
I come up with some fucking corkers, right? Some absolute zingers off the top of my head.
That wasn't a zinger. That was awful.
That was a fucking zinger. It was a line from the musical that we're talking about, and I had the insult that you were giving me come in. I worked two things into one. It was fucking seamless, and I'm sick of this shit. You know what? I'm not going to do this podcast. You can do it.
All right, see you then.
No, I'm going to be it. You can do it. I'm going to listen.
No, if you're not going to do it, you can't be here.
No, I'll listen to it.
No, you're not allowed. If you're done, you're done. That's it. You're gone.
Maybe I'll trick you and I'll do the whole podcast, but then I'll remove my audio, so it's just a podcast by yourself.
Well, that's just more work for you.
That's true. That is very true. Oh, Nathan, this is a late one, isn't it?
No, because it's currently 12:43 p.m. So
no, I'm talking. It's a late one out.
It's a late podcast. The podcast should have been posted about almost 3 hours ago. But we're starting to record it, so clearly that's not happening. Because Lawrence is a dickhead, as I just mentioned.
It's true. It's my fault, everyone. I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
But now it's here, and you didn't even know.
Yeah.
If you just happen to listen to this podcast on a Saturday and not when it comes out on a Friday, you would have been none the wiser anyway. So I wouldn't moan too much.
But the true fans know.
The
true fans are waiting by their iPods, just waiting for that update.
With a big swivelly wheel.
They're swiveling their wheel to refresh it, but nothing's happening.
Where's my favourite podcast spinny wheel? Tell me.
Exactly. Lawrence, I don't care about you or your life, so what are we talking about this week?
Well, thank you, Nathan. I don't care about yours as well. We're talking about Chicago.
I like a deep dish pizza. Chicago.
Yep, that's...
I just moved here from Chicago.
That's the entirety of Chicago in a flawless accent executed by Nathan.
Now, you listen here, see, the year's 1920, and it's Chicago. The windy city, boys.
Good. Very good.
Look at me, I'm smoking a cigar and I'm reading the news. This is how it happened in old Chicago town.
Chicago town.
That's the way it goes in old Chicago town, see?
Oh, no. What's your name, sir? Welcome. What have you done with Nathan, Chicago man?
They call me Chicago Jim, see, and I'm a smooth talking son of a fella from Chicago. What is going on?
Yeah, we're talking about the movie musical Chicago.
We've done a lot of musicals lately.
We have actually, haven't we? Yeah, this was your idea though.
We are the musical boys.
We should be another musical pod.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's bad branding. It wouldn't work because we've also spoken about things that aren't musicals as well. Nathan, why did you want me to watch this?
Because if I'm being brutally honest, we sat down for what was probably about half an hour last week trying to think of what we can do this week for this episode, and we couldn't come up with anything. And I was just scrolling along through various streaming services trying to figure out what would be good, and I saw Chicago, and I was like, oh, I kind of like that. I wonder if Lawrence has seen it. I asked him, I asked you, you hadn't, so here we are. What a wonderful story.
Here we are indeed. I watched this morning. Had a nice lay-in watching this in bed, and I don't know. I don't know where I'm at with it.
Lawrence hates.
No.
Lawrence hates musicals.
No.
Lawrence hates anything that is not a spooky movie directed by Edgar Wright.
It's a very good movie, but no, that's also not the case.
So Chicago is a movie musical based on the musical Chicago, which I've never seen nor know much about. I've only ever seen the movie, but I like the movie. It's got some fun songs, it's got some great music, it's got some good dance sequences. The movie itself is a show. It's all the fun of a show, which I quite enjoy, and it is a bit of a fun story at the same time. There's, like I say, there's great songs, fucking iconic songs, all that jazz, Cell Block Tango, the old Razzle Dazzle, Both Reach for the Gun, all the hits. You'll be hard pressed to listen to the Chicago soundtrack and find something that you haven't heard before, because they are quite iconic.
Chicago Jim with his iPod listening, going, every single one of these is a banger, see?
He knows them. He's like, hey, I like the song, see? Where'd you get that? Smooth talking Jim? I don't know what that is.
I just translated into a different accent of that. Yeah, this is... I'm weird.
Why did you hate this, you stuttering mess?
I didn't hate this. I enjoyed the vast majority of it. I do think it has some flaws, which is, no movie's perfect. And
we go.
For me, this was fine until it wasn't fine. Look, all right. Okay. What I liked about it, I think it's a really interesting concept of the show is the film, and I like the balls to be like, every now and again we're just going to cut to a musical number, and we're going to integrate it quite naturally and have it kind of be like she's envisioning her life as a show. So it will cut to how she'd see like a musical performance of her show, which was quite cool.
Okay,
but
yes,
and also, and saying that, it's some really interesting set pieces, some really cool stuff, really interesting transitions into those numbers, and it's really well directed.
Yes, agreed.
Some of the plot choices, and I get they're working with a musical, so this is more, I guess, the source material than the actual film itself.
Okay,
she's a cunt the entire way through.
Yeah, that's the whole fucking point. Everyone in this is a bad person. They literally get away with murder. The only actual likable person is he gets fuck all. He's like, nah, see ya. His entire life is just fucking changed, and they just like, fuck you. He gets nothing, but that's the point.
No, I get that. I think it's just... I felt it was... Look, I was really on board with it, and I really liked the kind of the turning point, and I don't want to get ahead of myself, but the turning point in the end where it's like... The movie was very, very close and actually almost succeeded in giving you the message of like, yeah, your life's still fucked. Like, yeah, you're still yesterday's news. And like the movie spent the entire thing running that through, saying like, because there's even a couple of times where she loses her relevancy and has to one up herself to make herself more relevant. Like the whole like lying with the baby kind of thing. And then it gets to the end, and it's like, yeah, you're really down in your luck now. We told you you're yesterday's news. You're free, but you'd almost rather still be. You'd almost rather still be walking around with your life, quite literally, maybe hanging in the balance, as long as it meant that you were loved and appreciated and adored by your fans, I guess. And that was a really interesting message. And then it was just like, oh no, but she's super famous and successful, and it's fine now. And it just, I think it undermined the entire thing at the end.
Oh, okay, so we are just fully starting off at the end here.
Yeah, I like the movie up to then. Like, I was having a good time, and then the ending, I just went, what? Like, fuck.
I mean, that is how you can choose to see it, I guess. I personally don't think it's as black and white as that. I personally, throughout the entire movie, we're presented with these little snippets of the show. Of the show of Roxy, sometimes Velma, sometimes other people coming in. Sometimes it's Richard Gere doing a little tap dance while he's in court. You get a little bit of everything. We're presented with these heightened reality scenarios. They're not real. They're not actually happening. They're, kind of dream sequences, kind of not. Okay, I don't necessarily see what's happening at the end of this movie as fact. I personally see it as another one of those dream sequences. Okay, I like to think, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not, maybe it's open to interpretation, maybe it is black and white. But the way I see it, I like to think it did end a little bit Roxy down on her luck, okay? Because they have a conversation at the end of the movie, talking about, they can do a show for $100 a week or whatever. And then she immediately goes, well, why don't we ask for 1,000? And then suddenly they're on like fucking Broadway with big lights and everything like that. Is that really going to happen? Were they really going to jump to this huge star-studded fame immediately? I don't necessarily think so. That's why I think it is a little bit more of a heightened reality still.
Did it not kind of build up to it though? Like, I'm pretty sure she was like, there was like newspaper clippings and the classic 2002 newspaper on screen effects kind of thing.
I
thought there was a few of them. I mean, I could be wrong. But yeah, no, I mean, I hadn't considered it in that way, and it makes sense. But I don't know. I just didn't. That's not what I got when I first saw it. Like, it read to me very much like as if life has trodden you down. You've got what you wanted. You won the case. You've been proven innocent, but at the cost of kind of everything you were hoping would come out of it. So she won, but she lost. And it's funny that she'd rather almost have like lost almost her life as if she could go out being adored.
I still think that's kind of the point though, because these people, they're not good people. They're not learning a lesson. They're not going on a big journey and becoming a better person at the end of it. There's not really a character arc and a redeeming factor to these characters. They're dicks. They are bad. I mean, they were very quick to kill someone. Okay, sure, good reasons and all that sort of stuff.
All of them are very quick. If I was a man in the 20s in Chicago, I simply wouldn't leave my house in fear of being shot for a grievance. Yeah, like the men aren't fucking nice dudes. Like, they're all cheating on their wives and shoving women about and stuff. But these women is like you're one strike away from them pulling out a fucking gap from the side drawer and being like, right, well,
Jesus Christ, there
I'll
you are.
kill you.
You get one strike from Lawrence and that's it.
No, that's not what it's
he can hit you once, but then after that, you pull out the gap.
Shut up, it's not what I'm fucking saying. I like the opening scene of this is like the Mos Eisley Cantina, and I don't know why it made me think of it. I think it's the Mos Eisley Cantina is based on 20s music and jazz bar kind of things, but it gave me that vibe, and it was quite fun. But yeah.
All right, it's quite a weird way to look at it, but sure, that does make sense, I guess.
Yeah.
So you hated this then?
I didn't hate this. I quite liked most of this.
Okay.
Like, there's some of my highlights. I really liked the like I mentioned earlier, the kind of transition between real life to kind of heightened reality musical number type things. There's the the tap dance court scene, which I think is great, the puppet scene, which is great, and the hanging scene, which is great, like the great disappearing act hanging scene. All of that stuff is fucking top tier stuff. Like I was like, this is really well made. Like the editing is really flawless because of you're cutting between, like, you know, it's difficult to know what the important moments are, like in the court case to see as the court case, and what are the bits that you can make a bit more of a heightened event. And then even in the tap dance court case, like the lines get blurred a little bit because he sees his whole lawyer job as a performance. He even calls the jury audience at one point. Which is all of that stuff was really cool. I don't know. I found it frustrating that the person we had to see this through, like, because you can do unlikable characters, but I don't know. I think it got to the point where I was a little bit like, there's no one in this is likable, and even the people that I thought were likable. I mean, obviously John C. Reilly, but he's not in it that much. And even the people that I thought were likable at first, what's the Queen Latifah's character? What's her name?
Mama.
That's it. Like her character, I was like, I thought she was nice, and then she just turned out to be a wanker as well. And I was
Why did you think she was nice?
Not nice, but like she was at least like a kind of a figure to, not like a support network type thing, but more a she was there as someone to talk to. She was there for the protagonist to open up with. And I was like, oh, that's the kind, you know, at least there's something more than just you're a flat out prick.
I think you misread that because, like, from straight away, she says who she is. She's, you know, in this essentially for herself, just getting money out of these girls.
Yeah, but she's not like
she's not.
She could have been a lot. No, she's not hiding that. But I like that because it's up front. But she could have been a lot nastier while doing it at first. Like, I still think that she still was someone that people in that prison probably liked to a degree.
Do you not think she still is by the end?
Well, she does. She kind of double crosses the what's her name? I can't remember anyone's name in this. Roxy. She double crosses Roxy with the diary thing, and I know that was like planted, but she still opened her mouth about it.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I just felt a little bit like everyone was in it for themselves, and I get that that's the message, but it got a little bit exhausting. For a movie that was only 2 hours long, I felt a little bit like, all right, is there some like semblance of light or hope at the end of the tunnel? But yeah,
like I say, I don't think there is. No, I think the only, you know, quote unquote nice character is really John C. Reilly, and he's
dumb. He is dumb as rocks.
He's very dumb. They play him like a fucking fiddle throughout this entire movie. They're just manipulating him at every turn of the corner, and he's just going along with it with a big smile on his face because he doesn't know any better. Like even at the end of all that, he's like still there wanting to be with her, but he just does not have a clue. Bless him. And
he reminded me of you know when you're a kid and like your older siblings are like playing with their mates and they're like, here, you can join in if you like, and they give you a job that like doesn't exist. But you're just so happy to be there that you're just like, okay, I love doing this. This is my favorite thing. Like, he was like that. And there were quite cool lines with him where it was like, I don't want you to laugh. Why would they laugh at me? Oh, because everyone else can count. Like, and like he was working out how many months it'd been since he slept with her and stuff. I don't know. I felt like it was a bit comically dumb at times. Like, it was a lot of, she's pregnant. Oh, really? Then it must be mine. And it's like, she's not pregnant. Oh, well, that's a shame. Still love her, though. And then she's like, I'm pregnant again. And he's like, oh, really? I love that. Babies. Like, he's like a Labrador that is just very chuffed and not much else. Yeah.
I think he's supposed to be, though. He is supposed to be that kind of, you know, sweet but dumb, but just a, you know, like I say, quote unquote nice guy, not exciting, not fun, just very bland. You know, he'll look after your baby and all that, but he's not gonna rock your bed springs, for want of a better phrase. Exactly.
No. And that's what starts this whole ordeal. He's not giving her what she needs.
No. So she's sleeping with a furniture salesman who has an immediate turn, by the way. They just finished having sex, and they've been doing this for about a month. But then, just as they finish this time, for some reason, he just immediately switches. Like, no, I'm done with this.
Yeah. He got that. What's it called? The post nut clarity.
Fucking hell.
Where he immediately just goes, "This is wrong." I don't like. I suddenly have grown a conscience, and to prove that,
I don't think he grew a conscience at all. He did not grow a conscience. He was just like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm bored. So later,
I've got more furniture to sell with my wife and kids that you don't know about.
Exactly. And then she killed him.
She did indeed. She got very upset. Is the guy the detective who is also a lawyer?
Listen here, Shay.
That guy, is he the guy from Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Who is he in Amazing Spider-Man 2?
The guy that kind of is the main Oscorp guy that Harry Osborn butts heads with.
I think he might be. Let me have a look. Known for Chicago. Thor. He's King Laufey in Thor.
What?
The Umbrella Academy.
Who's he in the Umbrella Academy? Oh, he's Hargreaves.
He is Reginald Hargreaves.
Fuck, that is him. Jesus.
He's in For All. Oh, I know For All Mankind. Who's he in For All Mankind? Oh yeah, he's Braun. Okay.
This guy's had a lucrative career.
He's everywhere.
And I'm saying, is he that one guy in Amazing Spider-Man 2 that's barely in the film?
He is in. He is in Amazing Spider-Man 2 as Donald Menken.
Whatever he is, yeah.
Which I assume is that character you're talking about.
Or it could be a completely different character, and he's just not that guy, and that guy's someone else.
The point is, he is in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
There we go. He was good. I liked him. I liked that he was like, he had some kind of cool moments where he was like, yeah, not so brave now, are you, sweetheart? And then in court, he just got his ass handed to him by a man doing tap dance around him.
Take her away, she. Take her downtown, boys.
Oh no, it's fucking. Were you Jimmy?
Chicago Jim.
Chicago Jim. For fuck's sake. I like that Billy's lawyer tactic is just lie about everything. Like, he's like, yeah, I'm the best lawyer in town because I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a really good liar.
You, Lawrence, you're such a sweet child. You have a very naive view of what lawyers do.
Oh, I know they all lie, but like, he's flat out making shit up as he goes.
That's all lawyers do. They're all fucking corrupt dickheads. All they do is lie.
No, but not to this extent.
Now, Lawrence, this is a musical, and famously, you hate musicals.
I don't hate musicals.
If you remember our episode on In the Heights, Lawrence was at one point upset that a character was singing and dancing in a room. So there we go. So
okay, for fuck's sake.
Direct quote. So obviously, there's a lot of singing, there's a lot of dancing in this. What did you think of the numbers, the Chicago shows, if you will?
Chicago show. I liked the vast majority of them. I knew that it wasn't going to be 100% my jam, just because I've never been this.
Are you saying you don't like jazz?
For fuck's sake. Yes, I am, to an extent. Like, I've never been a big fan of the whole 1920s vibe. Like, it's just not like an era that I like depicted in film, because I just often think it's a bit boring. It's a bit been done before. Like, I can't watch The Great Gatsby because I just want to fucking blow my brains out of boredom.
Great Gatsby is quite good. Also has a lot of music that's not necessarily 1920s. A lot of Jay-Z, a lot of hip-hop, a lot of all that sort of stuff.
Very odd choice. Baz Luhrmann choices. Weird choices.
The Jay-Z is also a producer in the movie, so.
Well, there you go then.
Yeah.
he got his.
When I
fill,
was
didn't he?
watching that movie, I was like, a lot of Jay-Z songs in this. That seems like a weird choice. And then the credits came up, and it was like produced by Sean Carter. I was like, okay, well, no, that
hello.
makes sense.
Yeah, he got his bill. He's planning ahead for them royalties.
Exactly.
But yeah, no. But that being said, most of the tunes in this I think are really good. I think they're very catchy. The performers do a great job, even like people that aren't traditionally singers, I'd imagine. Like I don't think John C. Riley has much of a singing background, but he still knocked it out of the park. And it's no, it's good. No, but like for someone that's not a singer, it's good.
I wouldn't use the phrase knocked it out of the park, but it was good, yes.
Oh, I'm being nice to John C. Riley. No one else is fucking nice to John C. Riley in this film.
I'm
so
keeping with the theme of the movie. I'm going to be mean to John C. Riley for no reason.
Okay. Yeah, but I liked the vast majority of these. In my traditional musical opinion, a musical lives and dies by whether the songs are necessary, needed, or further the plot. There are movie
And
musicals.
I disagree.
No, but you do and you don't, because we've had conversations that haven't been on microphone about The Greatest Showman and how most of the tunes in it, some good, obviously, some are just boring and not.
But yes, but that's not the reason I dislike The Greatest Showman. I dislike The Greatest Showman for the multitude of other reasons.
Historical inaccuracies to the washing over slavery, to the whole subplots of, you can't talk to that woman because she's black, but now I love her, and I'm the one who suffered from this.
Also, the character assassination they did on Jenny Lynn, Free My Girl. We're not talking about The Greatest Showman, but that movie has a lot of other problems than just that some of these songs aren't needed. You can have a musical where songs aren't necessarily needed because it's a musical. The whole thing can be one fucking long song and I'll eat it up, okay? It doesn't need to have, in my opinion anyway, it doesn't necessarily need to have the moments of quote-unquote film, where this is the film now, and then later will be, this is the little musical bit, and now we're back to the film. It doesn't need to be like that. It can be musical all the way through. I'm fine with it.
That's not what I want, and I'm fine with a musical being a musical all the way through, but it's when you're telling a story, so there is probably a song in this every, like, at least every 15 minutes or so, probably if not more.
Yeah.
Though the intervals are not that long. And what I like about this is that the story isn't interrupted by songs where characters, I could just have a scene with you right now and I say, Nathan, I don't like you and I think you're annoying and ugly. And then
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chicago showroom. Today we got Lawrence singing a song about why he hates Nathan.
And this is where I'd stop and sing about something I've just told you that the audience already know. And that goes on for 3 minutes and then the plot resumes. This isn't like this. This isn't like that at all. This is a lot of the times where a scene will start, transition into a song, and by the end of the song, things have happened. Plot points have moved forward. Yeah. Yes. And that's what I like in a musical. I hate it when it's like, I'm upset, now to sing about how upset I am for 4 minutes, and then we will resume and nothing has changed.
So when does that happen in this, or does that not happen in this?
No, that doesn't happen. I like this. This does it well.
Okay, but what songs don't you like?
Well, there are none that I don't like. I think there's just some that aren't as big of bangers. Do you know what I mean? Like, every album's going to have a few that are just there to fill the album. Okay. I'm trying to think of the specific ones because to me, they weren't that memorable, which is why I'm struggling. But my favorite ones, like I've already said, were the court case one, the puppet one, the hanging / disappearing woman one, the is it the tango in the jail?
Cell Block Tango.
That's the one. And then the is that the same one as the He Had It Coming one, right?
Cell Block Tango is He Had It Coming. Arguably the most iconic song from the musical.
And I quite liked the ending one as well, like the one where they keep saying stuff's great or stuff's good or whatever.
Nowadays,
that's it. Yeah, but those are my standouts. So I guess any of the others didn't grip me, but I don't know what they're called because I can't really remember them.
Did you not like the old Razzle Dazzle?
Not really. No, I could tell it was one that I could tell it was one that would have been a crowd favorite, but I think it went on for a very long time, and I already got the point. Like,
Okay.
I already had understood that this lawyer was fucking just there to be like, yeah, this is how you win it. And the court, and I suppose the reason I wasn't a big fan of it is because I think the tap sequence, the tap sequence and that tap song that I do like does a much better job of that scene.
I mean, that's not really a song though. That's just Richard Gere tap dancing.
It's him tap dancing, but then it's also he speaks in the cadence of the rhythm of the song, and there's like it's more of like a rappy song than a traditional song in the musical. But I preferred that one to the Razzle Dazzle one because I think it showed him doing it. It showed him being like, and look, like as the tap shoes were like tapping harder and building up. It was like he was going in for the kill and he was going to get the jury's vote or get the jury to go his way. And he does it. And there's a few moments where I was like on the edge of my seat, like, oh, which way is it going to go? And the Razzle Dazzle one, I think, was just 4 minutes of him being like, you got to put on a show. It's a thing. They're an audience. Haha. And I was like, yeah, I get it. I already got that.
Right. Okay. Well.
I liked it. I do like this. Why do you always
sounds like you didn't like it?
No, I like 90% of this, which is very good.
Like you didn't like it. Did you like? I can't remember the name of the song. I'm trying to find it now, but it's the one where like at the beginning of it, like Roxy is doing quite a big monologue. Like she's like it's the show and she's like talking to the audience about a lot of stuff.
The one where she was like, John C. Reilly can't fuck me.
Yeah.
I quite like that one. That was good. I found it frustrating because I was just really, anytime this character spoke, I was a bit like, but you know when you want to scream at a character because you're like, but what you're saying is hypocritical and you're wrong.
Yes.
But I know that's how I was supposed to feel.
Yes. That's right. The song's called Roxy, by the way.
Yeah.
We both reached for the gun.
Is that the one where he's
the puppets?
Yes. Yeah. Then I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well then, there we go. Lawrence hates musicals.
No, it's not the case. I've also wrote down notes for sex. Say that you're a shooting star during sex. Because it's sure to get the ladies going.
One thing I just wanted to quickly mention: this song "Cell Block Tango" again, very very iconic song. I like. This is going to sound weird at first of all, but just go with me. I like that the dancers, the performers, the women are in lingerie. Again, go with me.
Oh, you bloody pervert! I bet you do. You dirty dog.
Shut the fuck up! But it's not lecherous. Like it at no point, because the girls are all like quite like scantily clad for the movie, but none of it ever seems lecherous. It doesn't necessarily seem like get a bloody load of this, fellas. Look at these legs. It never seems like that. It seems more for the girls themselves, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. I thought the same. Like a lot of it seems to be like. Well, firstly, that comes from the director and the cinematographer aren't perverts, so it's not framed to be for the male gaze. It's supposed to be like
they're not David Ayer.
I did everything but say it. But yeah, no, but they're it is very much the entire movie says to you these women are way smarter than the average man on the street. And I'm not talking about like the John C. Reilly characters. I'm talking they're even smarter than the lawyer who's shown to be like, yeah, man, he's the top dog. Like if he's what the male species have to offer, he's got his wits about him and he's streetwise and he knows how to manipulate people. But these girls are a step above, and I quite like that it almost puts them in a powerful position over them because at the end of the day, they're the ones getting paid and the men are the ones paying them. For these shows, and they're living their dreams and they're going home and being furniture salesmen and cheating on their wives. So
yeah, that's true. So Cell Block Tango, like I said, it's always a good song. It's always been one of my favorites. For the longest time, because there's a part in the song where the lady who eventually ends up getting hung, or hanged, I believe is the actual expression. She sings her part in Hungarian. And for the longest time, I was just resigned to the fact that I will never fucking know what this lady is talking about, because I don't speak Hungarian. I'm never going to speak Hungarian. So I'm just like, this is just always going to be something I'll have to deal with. And then about 5 years ago, when I was watching this movie, I realized, oh, wait, Google's a thing. There's probably a translation out there, so I can go get this up now. And I have it up now. So, have you looked this up?
I've never seen this.
Okay, so the translation is, "What am I doing here? They say my notorious lover held down my husband and I chopped his head off. It's untrue. I am innocent. I know not why Uncle Sam says I did it. I tried to explain at the police station, but they didn't understand what I am saying." And now she's dead.
Oh,
well done, America.
I mean, I got that she was like claiming she was innocent through the entire thing.
Well, yeah, she says not guilty. I mean, that's pretty obvious.
Well, this is just one of the things that me as a film fan picked up on. I'm very clever. I can pick up on really subtle things like that.
Yeah, notice that little sudden fucking foreshadowing, did you?
Yeah, I did. I saw it and I went, that could come into play in the plot.
I reckon something tells me this is important.
Yeah. Now, this doesn't seem like an on-the-day decision to me.
Lucy Liu was in this for 2 minutes.
She was, yeah. She loved kicking people's balls. Big time.
Did. Good on you, Lucy Liu. It's always fun to see you.
Always fun when you come in, kick some balls, and get out. That's what I say.
There you go.
Who else was? Who was the main reporter woman? I recognised her, but I'm not sure where from.
She's in a lot of stuff. I'll tell you exactly where you know her from, though. She is the Grinch's girlfriend in The Grinch.
That's not where I know her from.
It is.
I don't think it is.
She's in a lot of things.
And I'm going to find out where.
You know her as the Grinch's girlfriend.
I'm almost certain I don't, because I haven't seen that movie in over 10 years.
You have seen it.
I think she's in Mamma Mia.
Okay, well,
Whoa. Yep, she's in Mamma Mia and Mamma Mia 2. Here we go again. This time, Dominic Cooper didn't get auto-tuned.
I'll tell you what musicals I don't like. I don't like jukebox musicals. They can fuck off. Get out of here, Mamma Mia. Get out of here, Mamma Mia 2, the squeakquel. I don't want none of it. All right? I don't care. A musical is not a musical if you're just taking songs that already exist. Okay?
But then you form the plot around them.
No, because it's always half-assed, and it's basically an episode of Glee where the entire episode is written around the title of a song that they want to squeeze in. So I'm not wrong.
Listen, you are wrong. Mamma Mia and Mamma Mia 2, here we go again, are fantastic pieces of art, and you love The Greatest Showman.
First of all, incorrect. Second of all, I have seen Mamma Mia. I have not seen Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, so I cannot comment. But Mamma Mia was bad enough just for Pierce Brosnan singing, okay? So
right, he was trying his best atop a mountain.
His best is not good enough. Why cast him in a musical if he cannot sing? The only exception to this rule is Happy Feet.
Fuck's sake.
Which is a great movie.
Okay.
Anyway, Chicago is a good movie. I had a bloody good time with some great songs in there. Kill your husband if you want to. You'll probably get away with it. So there you are. Watch Chicago and have a good time. Lawrence hates it, but we don't care about him.
I do. And Nathan, these episodes go live at 10 a.m. on Friday. Sometimes they don't, like this one. But the next one will be at 10 a.m. on Friday.
It's currently 1:32 p.m. on Friday.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
you can, if you've got a poor memory.
Hey Siri, what time is it?
It's 13:32.
See, she's on the ball.
When you're not editing, you're a cunt. Do you know that? You're a cunt.
I'm supposed to be editing this week, but I'm not because you're a cunt.
Fuck you. Right. If you've got a bad memory and you forget that our pods go live at Fridays at 10 a.m, what you can do is follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Another Happy Pod. there you'll get a little post and a little reminder. You can also, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you can also give us a little 5-star review if you'd like. I would not blame you if this one didn't get a 5-star review, because it's been a mess of an episode. But
It's been a great episode. It's been one of our best. So give it 5 stars. Let us know how much you loved it. And we'll be back next week with more Chicago Jim.
you will. And also, I'm going to throw this in early because I'm not cutting around that shit. We are going to be doing this next week, aren't we, Nathan?
We're Eternals. We came here 7,000 years ago to protect humans from the deviants.
Next week, we are joined by Beth Michelle Taylor herself, who will be joining us to talk about Marvel's hit movie, maybe not, The Eternals. Have not seen it yet, so I see it tomorrow.
I see it
11
tomorrow
a.m.
also.
Well, I see it at 11 a.m.
I think I see it at 1.
Well then, so I see it first, so that means I'm better than you. Thanks for listening. I hope you have a fun weekend, and I hope your bussy is fresh. From all of us here at Another Happy Pod, sweet dreams, and I'll see you soon.
Why sweet dreams? It makes it so much creepier.
I've had enough of you.
Yeah, same. End the recording.
I'm ending it now. You're always trying to stifle my creativity.
Hello everyone, if you're hearing this then it's just me. Nathan has gone and we stopped recording about an hour ago. But you're going to get a sneaky exclusive because I think Nathan was really mean to me in this episode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gift you with a nice clean fresh sound recording of some alone time that Nathan had in this episode. At one point I asked Nathan to stop recording because a delivery was at my door and I left the recording and Nathan just decided to have a little chat to himself. So, thank you for listening, and enjoy this, and we will see you next week. One sec. My HelloFresh is here. One sec.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Hello, Fresh. It's me, Nathan. What sort of treats do we have today? Are we going to cook up a key lime pasta? A nice, maybe, toffee Sunday surprise? Maybe a sausage with glazed onions and Parmesan chips, whatever the fuck those are. Maybe a nice little sprinkling of garlic over whatever sort of dish you require. I'm going to stop now. That was just a little treat for you, Lawrence, in the editing suite. Got ya. You're a cunt.